name's Gretchen, and we are here for Kanza Kids. And this month is going to be kind of more freestyle for you guys than normal, but you can do it very structured if you feel more comfortable doing that. What you're going to have in your bag is you're going to have the picture frame, and when you get it, you're going to open it up, pull these little tabs out, pull out your back, and pull out your insert. You don't need this insert, so just put it off to the side. What we're going to be working with for the most of the craft is the glass itself. So you're just going to take the glass out. Keep this though, and this, because you will need it when you put your craft back together. You're also going to have a piece of cardstock paper, which is actually what it's going to do in the end, is going to be your, to make what you do now pop out. You're also going to have a marker and one paintbrush, and we're going to have some paint in there. You can get more paint, or if you don't want to use paint, you can get some Sharpies from around the house, whatever you like. So what we're going to start out with is decide what kind of a picture, design, whatever you want to do on your glass. Me, I am very well not a good freehander. So I'm just going to draw some abstract squares, and then we're going to use those squares and we'll paint those in. So let me just draw those real quick. Okay. So this is just real basic. As you can see, freehanding. I do not do very good straight lines, but it's okay. It's my art, so I can do what I want with it. Here are a few examples of things you can print off the internet and use as a sample, or just go with whatever you feel like you want to paint. When you start your painting, make sure you have something underneath your glass, so if you do make a mess, you have something to catch the paint. It's always good to have a cup of water handy so you can change out colors on your brush if you'd like.
Alright, so I'm going to start by just painting in my squares different ways. And it's not going to be as dark as the color you think it's going to be, because you're on glass and it's going to be more translucent. And here's a reminder, if you do decide to pick a picture that has a very much a definite way it goes, when you paint it, you're going to have to paint it backwards, because what you're painting on
is not the part that's going to face forward. So I'm painting on this side, so this is my front. But if I wanted this to be over here, I'd have to paint it on this side. Hope that makes sense.
Alright, and give me just a minute and we'll have this all painted. Alright, so this is the wet. You're going to want to let it dry completely before you move on
to your next step. So we're going to put this aside, and we'll be back as soon as it's dry. Alright, so once it's all dry, this is what it's going to look like from the point when you put it out. What you're going to take your need to do is you're going to take your cardstock and measure your glass and cut that out, because it can be your background for your picture. And as you can see, my yellow wasn't quite dry. All right, so this is what your picture's gonna look like when you put it in your frame. You're gonna put it back in, put your cardstock behind it. And then you put it back on, and then you can hang it or put it on your countertop. So I'm going to show you one other way to do this that is a different way, but this is definitely something you'll have to do if you have the ingredients at home. If not, next time you guys go to the store, see if your mom or dad will pick this up for you. So what you need is some 91% rubbing alcohol. You can get it in grocery stores, Walmart, Target, but you have to read them because the normal one is only about, I think, 70%. The 98% or the 91% is actually just more pure alcohol. All right, so after you draw your picture and you paint it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spray your alcohol onto the paint. And what it's going to do is, and it smells, but what you're going to do is you're going to let it just kind of drip and move things. It's hard to see, but you're going to have to
Let it sit for a while. And as you can see, what is happening is the colors are mixing. And it will do this with Sharpies or with paint. You have to experiment with the different kinds of paint. The paint I have here is actually probably a little too thick for it to really work, but it works amazing
on Sharpies. And what it'll do is it'll start swirling. So as we let it go, or if you spray it a little bit more, it'll start moving around. So definitely experiment with it. Definitely experiment with it and see what you can come up with. Once you're done and once it's all evaporated, which is why you use such high proof alcohol, is it will evaporate eventually, probably in about 10-15 minutes. And then once it's completely dry, your picture's gonna have moved a little. And then you just go ahead and put it back in your frame and then go with it from there. So those are a couple ways you can make art with picture frames with just common ordinary objects. If you want to try different ways, you can go to Walmart, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any of the stores and get more picture frames that you can just play around with and mess with the glass and see what you can come up with. A lot of times you can do things like get different colored pieces of paper and then stick it on there and then paint behind it, and leave the paper there, or you can just do it the same with regular old paper, paint it and then pull the pictures away, and then that cardstock in the back is going to be your picture. So there's all kinds of really cool things you can do with this. So drop it in the comments below. Show us what you make. Show me your happy faces. I miss you guys so much. Bring it into the library if you want and let me and Miss Becca see things. That's cool too. All right, well, have a good day. We'll see you next month. And remember, Kanza Kids is for grades K through 5. And you just sign up on Sign Up Genius and you come in and pick up your supplies. Have a great day. Bye.